Hi guys, welcome to this video. This is of course the song Reach Out, I'll Be There. A very well-known sort of Motown tune, recorded I believe 1967. The group were the Four Tops, who recorded this, and written the year before, 1966, by songwriting team Holland, Dozier and Holland. Quite an unusual sort of sounding song, this one, to many sort of people who've, many critics, I guess, have labelled it as sounding Eastern European sort of / Russian kind of a sound. It does have that to it, and as it turns out, it was referred to as their signature song, in fact, just because of the way that it sounded, very, very much unlike anything else that came before it. So just diving straight in, the intro has it's a flute part. But there is something underneath, and to me it sounds like guitar is underneath it, playing, like doubling the melody. If anyone knows any different, please feel free to comment and let me know what you think it might be. But it sounds like guitar to me, and all it simply is, it's in the key of E flat minor. So the intro sort of chords are E flat minor to B flat major. Okay, like that. So the line itself is played over the second, third and fourth strings on the guitar. I'm just playing a little E flat minor triad here, like an inverted triad, I guess. I'm just playing the seventh fret of the second string, 8th fret of the third, 8th of the fourth string. That little shape. And then I'm adding my pinky to the 9th fret of the second string, which is the A flat note, and I'm creating that sort of suspended sort of sound. So it's going to sound like like that. Then there's a little line that leads to the 5 chord here, which this leads to the B flat chord. And the B flat here is just going to be 6th fret of the second string, 7th fret of the third, 8th fret of the fourth string. All right, so that whole intro part, I believe, is played twice. It's So that's the intro, and then from there it goes into the verse. Now the verse is going to be it's a 2-5 chord progression in the key of F sharp. So we're playing the 2 chord being the G sharp minor and the 5 chord being the C sharp major. Just straight major and minor chords here at this point. So the G sharp minor is just going to be 4th fret first string, 4th fret second string, 4th fret third string, and you can add the 6th fret of the 4th string just to create that G sharp minor sound. And then from there the 5 chord is the C sharp. So here I'm playing the 4th fret of the first string, 6th fret of the second, 6th fret of the third, 6th fret of the fourth. Okay, so that C sharp is just part of that root 5 sort of C sharp chord. Okay, so it's just going to be if you feel that you can go on, all your hope is gone. Right, that's the verse, and they're the 2 chords. Now, depending what's going on around you, if you've got instruments, keyboards, maybe even horns or something of that nature, playing higher registered sounds or notes, then definitely those lower chords will fit in nice. They'll add quite a bit of body to the rhythm sound. There is an option here, however. Instead of playing that G sharp minor voicing there, you can play this one here, which is an inversion. It's an inverted G sharp minor chord, and it's going to be the 7th fret of the 1st string, 9th fret of the 2nd, 8th fret of the 3rd, and 9th fret of the 4th string. Now the beauty of playing this shape is that you can play a little passing chord to get to the 5 chord, the C sharp. So you could do something, you could just do it straight, okay, so like a, but you can't go on, all your hope is gone. Right, you can do it that way, or you could put a little passing chord. Okay, and these passing chords sound great. They just give the song, I think, an unpredictability, if you could say. It gives the chords, it just sounds a little bit more polished, I think, from a rhythm point of view, where you can put in little passing chords once in a while. You don't have to put them in every single time, otherwise it's just going to get, you know, monotonous, and it's just going to sound the same every time. But occasionally you can definitely put them in to add a little bit of color, I guess, to your rhythm approach. And the chord in question here is going to be an F sharp chord, being this shape here. We've spoken about this chord in previous videos, but it's part of that larger, you know, F sharp major chord, but I'm only going to play the top 4 strings. So the notes being B flat, which is the 6th fret, then you've got the 7th fret of the 2nd string, 6th fret again of the 3rd string, and then you've got the 8th fret of the 4th string, giving you that F sharp chord. And the way it's going to work is you'll just go, you feel that you can't go on, and all your hope is gone. Dun, 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 dun. So that's where you can put it. It's just a little quick passing chord between the 2 chords, and it's just kind of like a glue, I guess, which binds the 2 chords together. And they're great chords to be able to come up with and play, you know, while you're playing your rhythm parts. So that's pretty much the verse. Then straight after that, there's like a pre-chorus section, which takes you to the F sharp. When he goes, darling, reach out for me. Okay, you got that sort of part there. So it just goes to that F sharp chord, which you spoke about a minute ago. And then it goes to the B flat, as the 2nd chord in the pre-chorus. But then you go to an interesting chord after that, which is, they're adding you can hear it in the recording, it adds quite a bit of tension to this part of the song. It's the note B on top of that B flat chord. The B flat kind of becomes a B flat 7 at this point, by adding the flat 7, which is at the 6th fret of the 4th string. And then what you're going to do, it's referred to as a flat 9 note that we're adding to the chord, which is the B. So I'm adding that flat 9 on the 1st string. So the chord now becomes, it effectively becomes a B flat 7 with a flat 9, or often referred to as a diminished chord, just like a full diminished, not a half diminished, but a full diminished chord, which is that. It's the same chord, right? And all it is 7th fret of the 1st string, 6th fret of the 2nd, 7th fret of the 3rd, and 6th fret of the 4th string. Okay, and you've got that chord. Okay, you've got that going on there. So, and that's all it is. And then it goes into the chorus, which then goes to the B flat chord. I'll be there. Na, 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 na. I'll be there. Da, 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 da. And then you feel that you can go on. So it goes into the verse again there. So that chorus is just 3 chords. It's back to that B flat chord we spoke about earlier. And then it goes to an E flat chord, or E flat major chord. And that's the same as the C sharp we did before, but just up 2 frets. So the notes here being 6th fret of the 1st string, 8th fret of the 2nd, 8th fret of the 3rd string, and also 8th fret of the 4th string. Okay, and then from there it goes into an E flat minor chord, which kind of references the beginning of the song here that we spoke about with the flute part, which is that. Okay, so same as the chord we did at the beginning, except we're adding the B flat on the top on the 1st string, which is on the 6th fret. So the chord now becomes 6th fret of the 1st string, 7th fret of the 2nd, 8th fret of the 3rd, and 8th fret of the 4th string. It's just a straight minor chord. It's built off of that root 5 minor that you often learn early on. So again, that chorus will be B there, E flat, E flat minor, da, da, B flat, B flat, E flat, E flat minor, back to B flat, and then I think there's a little syncopated part here being just does that, and you feel that you can't go on. You're back to that the verse part of the song. And I think that's kind of most of the song. I think it sort of it just keeps going. There's no solo section or anything like that. It was just probably one of those very quickly recorded tunes that they did in that era, where they were just sort of pushing out song after song every day. It was pretty straightforward. It finishes on a chorus, the chorus section, I believe, and it kind of fades at the end. And that's really the whole song. So if you can remember to stick with the to the greater degree, I guess stick to that 2 and 4 rhythm throughout the song. I don't think it changes too much from there. You can. The only thing I would say to that is in the chorus, you can, instead of going like 2 and 4, I'll be there. I'll be there. You can do that. You can do the chorus in like with a 4 on every single beat in that chorus. And again, for the same reasons that we've already spoken about on previous videos, to drive the chorus. Okay, so if you want to have that sort of dynamic shift in the song from a rhythmic point of view, you can definitely drive that chorus part, playing on every single beat like that. And then when it goes back into the verse, you can go back into the 2 and 4 rhythm to give it that contrast. Okay, the beauty about changing up the rhythms like this, between verses and choruses, is that you're going to add contrast to your rhythm style in the song, rather than everything being on the 2 and 4 or on every single beat. You got contrast by changing these rhythms around, light and shade, that kind of thing. So that's what and that's something you can experiment with when you're rehearsing the song or when you're playing it. You can experiment to see, what works, in the environment that you're playing in. Depending on your instrumentation, depending what, the drums are doing, things like this. So they're things to think about, I guess, when you're taking a rhythm approach to songs like this. And again, I'm just using my Telecaster on this, and I'm just using the in-between. I'm not sure if you can see it there, but I'm just using the in-between setting there, in between the 2 pickups for my sound. I'm not using the back pickup. As I've said sort of on previous videos, I think it's just a little bit too harsh, particularly on Telecaster. You're going to get a lot of bite by doing that. So I tend to use the middle setting, and you can probably do the same if you're using like a humbucking type guitar, a Gibson type guitar. You can probably use the middle setting for these kinds of chords as well, including the intro, of course. The intro, you don't need to have the back pickup on. I think it's going to be a little bit too, too bright and twangy, I guess, for this. Something with a little bit of body is always a good tone to use with guitar, and the rest of it is just really in your hands. It's how you attack the strings, the voicings you're playing. That kind of thing is really what's going to give you your sound. It's not necessarily going to be the, which pickup selection you use as such. So that's, I think, a better approach to take. Sorry to rave on there, but I hope that has been of some help to you guys trying to learn the song. So thanks for watching again. Hit that subscribe button, guys, and maybe, like the video. I'll be putting out some more of this kind of stuff in the very, very near future. But thanks for tuning in and listening, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye for now.